This book that I want to show you is one of our Muddle and Match books, and this is such a fun book, and I'm going to show you why. So on one side of the page, there's the story, and each story has a different alliteration. So this particular one is P. And then there is a image on this side. And then they can switch up the story and the image using all these different tabs here. So they changed it, and then they have a different story here and a different image. Or you can just turn one flap at each time and read the story that way with all of the tongue twister alliterations and the picture. So it's just a great way to create so many different stories in one, and I just think this book is so fun for young readers, either to create the story part while you read aloud. It's just a great book, and for kids who are just discovering words, and it's fun to say the alliterations really fast. This is just a great book to have in your library. Again, this is one of our Muddle and Match books. There's a bunch of different titles for this book, so if you're interested in those, you can look on our website and see what else we have. This particular one is Imagine. This book that I want to show you is our Very Big Maze book. So if you have a child who loves doing mazes, this book is for you. So on each page there is a little story about the maze, so why you're doing the maze. Guide Hurdle the turtle through the winding weeds back to his mother. And then they're just really cute mazes, really fun. I'm just going to flip through, just show you how many mazes are in here. I mean, so many. They're all different. They all have different stories. They all have different illustrations. It is just a really cute and fun maze activity book that you will want if your child loves mazes. So again, this is the Very Big Maze book.
This book that I want to show you is the Usborne Illustrated Classics Enchanting Stories for Young Readers. Oh, this is such a beautiful book that your children will love. This book has 6 stories in it: The Railway Children, The Wizard of Oz, The Secret Garden, Black Beauty, Little Women, and Heidi. And all 6 of these stories are just excellently retold. It begins with a short explanation of the author, gives a short biography of the author that the children can easily understand, and then it has beautiful illustrations and text that is appropriate for an emerging reader, but also very appropriate and fun for a read aloud as well. I'll just flip through and show you some of these beautiful illustrations. There we go. And again, this is the Usborne Illustrated Classics Enchanting Stories for Young Readers. This book I want to show you is a preschool book that follows our Billy B. Brown series. This is Billy's Underwater Adventure, and it has a cute peek-through hole here. And Billy is in preschool, and she stomps into preschool, and she doesn't want to be here today, but her teacher gives them the opportunity to explore an underwater adventure. And so they dress up in costumes, and they pretend that there is a wonderful sea that forms, and sure enough, they're mermaids under the deep. And the story goes on and on. This is a wonderful introduction to our Billy B. Brown books. Maybe for your child who is not quite ready to read the Billy B. Brown, you're still working on a few of those reading skills, but you want to introduce them to Billy. Wonderful preschool book. This is Billy's Underwater Adventure. This next book that I want to show you is a set. It's the Usborne Phonics Readers gift set, and there are 20 titles in this gift set. It is such a great set. It's got a really sturdy box to store all of your phonics books in, and there's 20 titles. And I'm going to pull out a few of them to show you. Let's start with Ted in a Red Bed. And this is a book that's illustrated by Stephen Cartwright. Stephen Cartwright illustrates many Usborne books, and he makes sure that he includes a little yellow duck to find on every page. So see, a little yellow duck right there. And let's just read the first page. Ted likes to shop. Ted stops. Ted hops. Ted smiles. A big smile. And we go through the book, and you can see that there's flaps that the children can open. There are several flaps actually throughout the book, and where the page flips out. And it really, really, really engages children, and it helps them with their reading so much. And at the back of the book, you're going to see a blurb about the words that are in this book and how they should be pronounced, what kind of sounds they need to know, and some of the irregular words, the words that they need to memorize so that they can read the book. So you've got a great parent's guide in the back of this book. So they work through the system set by set, and you can see the books in order here on the back. And every single book includes notes for you as a parent or even teachers. These books came out of England. Usborne is famous for our phonics readers and our very first reading sets, and they were designed by some of the best literacy experts in England. And I think you will absolutely love these for your child. Now, not all of the books are illustrated by Stephen Cartwright. We also have books that are illustrated by Fred Blunt and some by David Semple. And let me show you what those look like. They're a different style, but still really cute. Here's one that's illustrated by Fred Blunt, Croc Gets a Shock. This one I could practically memorize. I've read this so many times to my kids, and then they've read it so many times to me. Knock, knock, who's there? Hey, wake up, Croc, you've overslept. It's 10 o'clock. Oh no, has my alarm clock stopped? Just a really fun book about this crocodile who is late. And again, at the back of the book, we've got some things about phonics and about teaching your child to read, and they're going to need to know the O sound, as in croc and stop, and what zoo and fine, what those kind of things work. So another great book. All these phonics readers are just really fantastic. So this one is illustrated by David Semple, and goodbye, cries Raccoon, I'm off to the moon. I'll be back by lunchtime or late afternoon. Goose grins and she giggles, you foolish raccoon. So you can see they're learning a lot about the double O sounds and how they need to pronounce those as they read and recognize them. And again, in the back, you've got a parent's guide. So this is the Usborne Phonics gift set. You can buy the phonics books in many different types, but I really recommend this gift set because you can work on them one by one, and trust me, your children will love this set. Again, this is the Usborne Phonics Readers gift set.
This book that I want to show you is called You Choose. I just love this book. This book is great for all ages, in my opinion. From, I don't know, young toddlers probably would be the youngest you would want to go for this book. And then all the way up to 12, 13, even older if they are interested in still reading picture books, which I think all kids should have picture books every once in a while. So if you could go anywhere, where would you go? So it has a question, and then it has just different things where they would go. Cities, outer space, there's an island here, waterfalls, deserts, volcanoes, forests, mountains, wherever. And I like this book because you can ask them, oh, why would you choose to go there? And maybe one person would say, oh, I want to go to the beach. Oh, I want to go to the mountains. Well, where? Why would we want to go there on vacation, etc.? Just a great book just to connect with your child in our busy lives. So this page says, who would you like for family and friends? And there's all these cute pictures here. There's little prompts. I want her to be my friend. Can he be my grandpa? And little cat says meow. There's just cute little funny things. What kind of home would you choose? And then there's just a bunch of different homes that they can choose. And you can ask them, oh, why would you want to live there? Or why would you want to live in the windmill? Oh, this is pink. That's why you want to live there, huh? Just different things like that. What would you put in it? So this is just filled with different things that would go in a house. And I really like this because there's some things that were there when I grew up that my son hasn't seen before, like a stereo. He's like, what's that, Mama? And I'll tell him. And so there's just tons of different things for them on this page. Would you travel with wheels or wings, or perhaps choose one of these other things? It's just great for being, oh, look, what's this? What's that? Just pointing out what are these different things on this page. That's another way that you could read this book, besides just choosing. When you're hungry, what would you eat? What would you wear? Choose some shoes and perhaps a hat. Why not get yourself a pet or 2 or 3 or more? Is there a job you'd like to do? What would you do for fun? And then sometimes we read this as a bedtime book because of this last page. And when you got tired and felt like a snooze, where would you sleep? You choose. Good night. So again, this is You Choose. It's a hardcover with them pages in the middle. We adore this book. This book that I want to show you is called Animally. And this book is so cute. So in this book, it has different adverbs, and it has pictures, and it talks about how you can love something or somebody. And it is a great quality book. It is a not paper, it's like a thick, almost laminated cardstock page. You can see it like makes this cool noise here. This is a great quality book. It will last for forever, for a really long time. So I'm just going to read a few of the pages to you. So I love you hugely like a whale. There's our adverb. I love you shyly like a quail. I love you cleverly like a fox. I love you powerfully like an ox. I love you busily like a bee. I love you doggedly like a flea. It's just a really, really cute book. I've read this book as a bedtime before, just to talk to my son about how much I love him. And then it has the animals in it that keep it just very engaging and interesting to your child. There's a bunch more pages in here. And then at the end, I love you birdly, bugly, animally. I love you so, for you're my family. And I just think this book is so, 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 so cute to have and to read, and to just talk to your child about different just ways that you can love somebody. So again, this is Animally.